You thought you stopped us. You thought we were gone forever. But you were wrong. We never left. War of the Worlds.
Last time we reviewed Victim of Beauty, and I found out the writer had one other credit. They created a Canadian TV version of War of the Worlds? Okay. I did not know this thing existed, but I watched the pilot, and it begins with action right away. It turns out that these people are terrorists, and they are only seconds into telling us their evil plan before they're all brutally murdered. Well, turns out the aliens have the power to take over human bodies and no evil plan.
We would better accomplish our mission in our natural state.
Consensus is that yours is not an accurate statement. These bodies protect us from detection.
Until we know more, we must use the resources available to us.
We surrender to your judgment as always, Advocate.
At this point, we meet our good guys, eccentric scientist Harrison Blackwood, whose girlfriend wants him to move into the private sector, make some real money, stop teaching, and forget about his crazy alien theories. His brand new assistant, Dr. Suzanne McCullough, who he hired to help him search for aliens, test variables, and continue his research. And Norton Drake, inventor, scientist, researcher, overall smartest guy on the show.
Who are you?
Suzanne McCullough.
Norton Drake.
Suzanne's the new microbiologist that Ephraim has been promising us.
Oh, too pretty to be a microbiologist. Microbiologists are all nearsighted and losing their hair. Coffee?
No, don't bother.
And miss the chance to show off? Gertrude, back 3.
Oh!
Left 5. Forward 12.
In pretty short order, the aliens start communicating with home, which starts communicating back with them, and Norton discovers these communications.
That's a signal. That's a response. That's a response to the first response.
And there's a response to the second response.
Okay, now the pilot takes most of its time trying to figure this out, but I'll summarize the plot for you. In 1953, aliens invaded Earth. They were killed by a bacteria, but it turns out they were not killed. The bodies sat around and didn't deteriorate. They were actually in hibernation, not dead. So the government rounded up all the bodies, threw them into steel barrels, and hid them at toxic waste dumps throughout the country. Well, eco-terrorists come around, blow up the toxic waste dump, and the toxic waste spill on the alien barrels, killed the bacteria, and awakened them from hibernation. So now we have a race between the good guys and the aliens to get to the alien ships before they can start a second invasion of Earth. The bad guys are at an advantage because they know what their mission is. The good guys are kind of chasing them across the country, trying to stop them, but they don't know what they're trying to stop them from doing exactly. As the aliens move across the country, their bodies are falling apart, but they still have enough power to defeat any humans trying to stop them.
Militia capture granted.
That's basically it for the first episode. It's a race to see who can get to the ships first and a battle to try to stop the aliens from a second invasion. Overall, it's a good introduction to the show. It tells us who all of our characters are. It tells us the aliens' motivation. The aliens have a smart plan of just wait and see. We have plenty of time. We've been sleeping for 35 years. We can wait a little bit longer. There are two other characters we see throughout the series. Lieutenant Colonel Ironhorse, Native American and Army guy extraordinaire, and Suzanne's daughter, Debbie.
You haven't said a word for 2 hours.
Why do we have to move?
Honey, it's business.
It's always business.
It's only for a little while.
Always for a little while.
Debbie, pouting is not going to change things.
I'm not pouting.
I know it's difficult to leave your friends, but you'll make new ones.
I hate making new friends.
I know relocating is inconvenient, but it's only short term until we neutralize the problem.
What makes you think that's neutralizing? God, I really like that word. The aliens will be that easy.
I don't care how many of those things are out there, Doctor. They have no heavy weapons, no resources. We'll track them down. We'll make alien sushi out of them.
This show isn't without its flaws, at least in the pilot, as people don't seem to believe aliens exist, even though there was totally an alien invasion 30 years ago. They're like, no, there's no aliens, when we know damn well there is. People are surprised and hesitant to believe our main character when we know he's right. Everyone knows he's right, and I don't get the people don't want to hear the truth when they know the truth argument. Other than that, like I said, it does a good job at introducing the characters. You can see the build-up and where things are going. I talked to my uncle who watched this show during its initial run, and he enjoyed it until about halfway through the second season when they ran out of money and the show went in the toilet. But the first season and a half seems to be well liked by most. The cast and crew of this one is largely Canadian and people I haven't heard of. Although in season 2, Adrian Paul from the Highlander TV series started on the show, and Debbie the daughter went on to be in the TV show Clueless as the main character. I don't know if I'm going to watch more of this. I have so many other things to watch, but if you're into 80s sci-fi and this seems like your type of thing, the show seems to be remembered well by most people that watched it originally, and it's worth a shot. Thank you for watching, and as always, I shall try to do better next time. Here is a random clip from the pilot.
Helicopter.
Bad guys are good guys.
Considering what we're doing, Doctor, even the good guys are bad guys.
Bad guys.